Hey guys, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your premier source for Second Amendment news. Back's kind of junk today, but I wanted to almost like a throwback, a flashback to a video I did on Joe Biden about his anti-gun plan, his gun control plan. I believe it's worthy of everybody having a refresh, so I'm going to post that video here. Please pass it along. Not a lot of people know the true depth at which he wishes to cut and eviscerate the Second Amendment. So rewatch this, a couple minutes long, filled with facts right from his own presidential run, his plan. So if you could pass it along, I'd appreciate it, and hope you enjoy the refresh. All right, guys, be safe.
Today, the Joe Biden campaign released their plan for gun control, and let me tell you that this is a constitutional nightmare. Stick by and listen to this BS. Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your source for Second Amendment news. If you didn't get the notification that I put this out, it's because you haven't either A, subscribed, or B, hit that little bell icon. Do that now so that you will be in the know, and that's how you'll find out about stuff like this. So, former Vice President Joe Biden, running for president in 2020, had to stay on par with the other wackos who are saying what they would do if they were elected regarding guns. And let me tell you that old creepy Joe didn't let anyone down. So if you're really interested in looking at it, I'll have a link in the description. It's on his campaign website. It hurt me to go there to read this, but there's some stuff in there we need to be aware of. Joe Biden is the front runner for the Democrat candidacy. It looks like he'll probably be the one squaring off against Donald Trump. And this is what he would look to do if he were to get elected. So I want to point out first, before I tell you some of the things in here, that they are contradicting themselves in two areas. The first is where they open up and they say almost 40,000 people die as a result from firearm injuries, even though for the last X amount of months, through every one of these Democrats have said 30,000. So Joe Biden just decided to add 10 to that. And also, they say first, it starts by blowing smoke up Joe's you-know-what, saying that how great he is and that he single-handedly helped the Brady bill pass, and him and Dianne Feinstein passed the 1994 assault weapon ban, and Joe is great. But when they refer to the Brady campaign, or the Brady Handgun Violence Prevention Act, which established the background check system, NICS, they're saying that that system has helped keep more than 3 million firearms out of dangerous hands. So they're saying that the background system works. Wait, just wait. Then it goes into an area where it says that Joe Biden will do the following. I'm going to read you some quick one-hitters from them. Again, if you want to read the whole document, I'll have a link in the description. So Joe will hold gun manufacturers accountable. How will he do that? It tells that in 2005, Joe voted against the Protection of Lawful Commerce and Arms Act, in which you can't sue, say, SIG because somebody robbed your house and shot somebody, or went into a school and shot somebody with a SIG. It's not SIG's fault. Just like, Ford gets into a car accident and kills somebody, and somebody was drunk driving. It's not the Ford. It's the idiot behind the wheel at that time, just like it's the idiot pulling the trigger. But they want to take away that exemption. Then he wants to get weapons of war off our streets. There aren't any weapons of war on the street, you idiots. However, this is what he wants to do. He will ban the manufacture and sale of assault weapons, there's no such thing, and high-capacity magazines. He even says here, federal law prevents hunters from hunting migratory game birds with more than 3 shells in the shotgun. Okay? Then it says, that means our federal law does more to protect ducks than children. Well, the Second Amendment isn't about duck hunting. It's about overthrowing you tyrants. So we need as many rounds as possible. It says also that while working to pass this legislation, Biden will also use his executive authority to ban the importation of assault weapons. They're not assault weapons, again. However, he's looking to ban anything that comes in overseas that is an AR, an AK, or anything else that matches their ever-changing definition of assault weapon. He also wants to regulate the possession of existing assault weapons under the National Firearms Act. This is where you need to pay attention. Biden will pursue legislation to regulate possession of existing assault weapons under the NFA, the National Firearms Act. Now again, I've said it, this is the third or fourth time. There's no such thing as an assault weapon. Assault is an action. If I smack somebody with his iPad, it's an assault iPad, okay? So, your ARs, AKs that you currently own, he's going to look to lump those under the NFA and treat them just like a machine gun. Well, why should that surprise anybody? I mean, the ATF calls a piece of plastic a machine gun, and the president rolled over on that. So, why wouldn't Joe Biden as president roll over on our Constitution too, right? Just keep par for the course. Old Joe also wants to buy back the assault weapons and high-capacity magazines already in our communities. Pfft, not for sale, you old goat. He wants to give us a choice of two options. The first is to sell the weapons to the government or register them under the NFA. Yeah, right. He also wants to reduce stockpiling of weapons. In order to reduce stockpiling of firearms, Biden supports legislation restricting the number of firearms an individual may purchase to one a month. Kiss my ass. He also wants to keep guns out of dangerous hands. And how are we going to do that? Require background checks for all gun sales. Well, at the beginning, they were saying the NICS system's great. Now they're saying the NICS system, only an estimated 1 in 5 firearms are sold or transferred without a background check. 1 in 5. So you're saying 20% of guns are sold without a background check? Then it goes into a list of loopholes, made up fictitious loopholes that they want to close. I mean, the gun show loophole, the online sales loophole. So if you want to buy guns on, or uppers or anything like that online, they're going to stop that if they get in. They also want to end the boyfriend loophole. And he'll reinstate the Obama-Biden policy to keep guns out of the hands of certain people unable to manage their affairs for mental reasons, which President Trump reversed. You might remember that had to do with Social Security, and a lot of our veterans who came back and were having some issues, whether it was PTSD, they had issues, and they sought help, and they're fine, but the government wanted to make sure they could never have a gun again. Backdoor gun control is all it is. He wants to close the hate crime loophole. I didn't know there was a loophole where people can get away with hate crime. Maybe if you just had judges stop slapping people on the wrist and saying, "Don't do that again, Johnny. I swear if you come back, I'm going to just tell you not to come back again." Judges don't do crap. Mostly, I can't speak for all states, but I know here in Massachusetts, it's a joke. A joke. Enforce the law, and then maybe people will learn. I digress. Close the Charleston loophole. Close the fugitive from justice loophole. Well, if you stopped letting them run away every time they get charged because you never put anybody in jail, they wouldn't be fugitives from justice. It's funny how that works, right? Just hold people accountable. It works. He wants to end online sales of firearms and ammunition. Again, you want to go to Palmetto State Armory and purchase something? Under Joe Biden, nope. You want to go to your local or your favorite online ammo supplier? Nope, he's looking to stop that as well. He wants to create an effective program to ensure individuals who become prohibited from possessing firearms relinquish their weapons. That already happens. He wants to incentivize state extreme risk protection order laws, which means he wants to bribe states into putting in red flag laws. He wants to give states incentives to set up gun licensing programs, which means if you're a constitutional carry state, Biden's going to dangle that, the government money bag in front of them and hope they're going to institute some type of gun licensing program. Bribery. The government. Who would have thought? Then he wants to adequately fund the background check system. So what he's telling you is that when he was a vice president for 8 years, they willingly and knowingly underfunded NICS? But it's our fault? Prioritize prosecution of straw purchasers? That's a failure of government already. It's nothing new. Straw purchase is already a felony. The FBI is supposed to book those people. Wait. Judges. We're back to judges again. He wants to notify law enforcement when potential firearms purchasers fail a background check. I believe there were like 40,000 people last year who lied on the background check form, the 4473, and they weren't prosecuted. Again, judges. Go figure. See the commonality here? Wants to stop ghost guns. He goes, Halloween's coming up, watch out for ghost guns. He also wants to reform, fund, and empower the U.S. Justice Department to enforce gun laws. They do enforce federal gun laws. But the judges, they don't do it. They don't hold anybody accountable, Joe. Come on. I can't be the only person who knows this. And there's some more things that are in there, but the rest aren't as crazy or even as important as the ones I just told you about, you need to hopefully pass this along, please, because I guarantee this will be demonetized in about 2.5 minutes when I upload it to YouTube, because this is anti-Biden and true, so we can't have that get into the algorithm and have people see that. So please pass it along if you wouldn't mind. Please hit that thumbs up. Believe it or not, that thumbs up makes a huge difference on YouTube. I appreciate you all way more than you know. Thank you for your time, your comments. I appreciate all of it. Please pass this along and consider joining if you haven't already. You can hit that subscribe button. And until we see each other again, this is Jared from Guns and Gadgets. Be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon, and say no to Joe. Take care, everybody.